This is Chapter 9, Lesson 2, Areas of Triangles. So, blank figures are figures that are the same shape and size. A parallelogram can be formed by two congruent triangles. So in this first blank, you're going to write congruent. So congruent figures are figures that are the same shape and size. A parallelogram can be formed by two congruent triangles. Since congruent triangles have the same area, the area of a triangle is 1/2 the area of a parallelogram. So the blank of a triangle can be any one of its sides. The blank is the perpendicular distance from the base to the opposite vertex. So in those blanks, you're going to write base and height. The base of a triangle can be any one of its sides. The height is the perpendicular distance from the base to the opposite vertex. So looking at the area of a triangle right here, okay, so I can see I have one congruent triangle and two congruent triangles. Okay, when I do that, they form a parallelogram. Okay, so that means that my area is the base times the height divided by 2, or 1/2 the base times the height. Alright, so let's take a look at an example. So the first example I have is finding the area of a triangle. So again, they put it on grid paper for us, so they didn't actually give us any measurements. We have to figure out the measurements ourselves. Okay? So by counting, I can find the measure for the base. I start here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay? So it goes by 6, my base is 6, and then my height, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm just counting the squares. So 6 by 4. So my base is 6, my height is 4, so I substitute those into the formula that they gave me. 1/2 BH. So 1/2 times 6 times 4. 6 times 4 is 24, divided by 2 is 12. So my area is 12, and it's 12 square units. Just like the parallelogram, so it's either units squared or square units. Either way you'd like to do it. Okay? So if I'm finding the missing dimensions, I use the formula for the area of the triangle to find missing dimensions. So for example, I want to find the missing dimension for this triangle. Okay? They gave me the area of 24 centimeters squared and a height of 6 centimeters. So I need to find the base. So I substitute them into the formula. 24 equals b times 6 divided by 2. So I first need to multiply both sides by 2 to get rid of the divide by. Okay, because that's the opposite. So 24 times 2 is 48. And then I divide that answer times 6. So 48 divided by 6 gives me 8. So the base is 8 centimeters. Okay. So you want to do multiply by 2 first and then divide by whatever you have. So either your base or your height. Alright, there are a couple of try problems out below. I want you to go ahead, pause the video, try them out, and when you're done, we'll go over the answers together. Alright, now that you've had a chance to try out the try problems, let's go over the answers together. So, I have a combination of things here. I'm looking for the area, and I'm also looking for missing dimensions. So I'm either missing the base or the height. So, for letter A, I'm looking for the area. It says find the area of the triangle shown. 9 feet by 7 feet. Okay, so this, my area, is 1/2 my base times my height. So that's 1/2, 9 times 7. 9 times 7 is 63. So I do 1/2 times 63, or 63 divided by 2, which gives me 31.5. So 31.5 feet squared, or square feet. Letter B asks me to find the missing dimension for the triangle. So again, I have my formula. A equals 1/2 BH. Okay, I'm missing my base, so I have 40 equals 1/2 B times 8. I multiply both sides times 2. So 40 times 2 is 80 equals 8B, and then I divide by 8. So B equals 10 meters. My base is 10 meters. For letter C, I'm asked to find the area. They didn't give me any dimensions, so I have to figure them out because they put them on a grid sheet. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so a base of 6, and a height of 1, 2, 3. So 1/2 6 times 3 gives me my area. 6 times 3 is 18, so 1/2 of 18 is 9. So it's 9 units, because they didn't actually give me any units, so it's 9 units. Okay. For letter D, I'm asked to find the missing dimension for the triangle. So I'm given a base of 12, and I'm missing my height and an area of 72. So A equals 1/2 BH. 72 equals 1/2 12 times H. So I multiply both sides by 2. 72 times 2 is 144 equals 12H. Divide both sides by 12. H equals 12, and my units are yards. And that is the end of Chapter 9, Lesson 2.